silently within herds. Infected people got a respiratory illness with symptoms ranging from mild flu-like signs to severe pneumonia.
We have a problem that a month ago nobody ever thought about.
I don't think anybody could have predicted.
But that's not even the point. You know, it's the reactions, the response to this that really, I think, is the real purpose here. And the standstill of human behavior, yeah, they're going to say things like, look how good for the earth and the environment. I don't believe those are sincere feelings either. It seems very disingenuous. This has everything to do with the same usual suspects, big corporations who pollute the earth so many times over and blame it on human behavior. And they're blaming human behavior for this and basically putting us in our places, because what this is really about is an upgrade or an altogether new management system of humanity.
Empathy doesn't care about how rich you are, how famous you are. It's the great equalizer. What's terrible about it is it's made us all equal in many ways. And what's wonderful about it is that it's made us all equal in many ways.
I'm going to be applying for benefits.
Yes, you can.
Are you going to sit by and wait for the government to just take care of you?
We've been saying for years now that there's got to be a catalyst if they want to get everyone onto these new digital management systems. You can't just bring all this stuff in. People aren't going to go for it. As you can see, everything has changed in a week, and the justification under the old adage, never let a good crisis go to waste.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that is an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
Is just here, and it's perfectly aligned with all of these agendas. And so while everybody is freaking out and buying all the toilet paper and panic buying the grocery stores and just trying to figure out how they're going to get through the next couple of months, we are looking at this in terms of what kind of power is going to be taken from this situation. Because none of these crises that happen ever are put away. It's very pronounced when you look back on it. I mean, that's kind of what 2020 is. It's all this hindsight is 2020. I keep saying that lately because now that I'm seeing this, all these things that I wasn't sure about before are kind of clicking together like a puzzle. And all of that came together on Tuesday when I came across this MIT Technology Review article, which was written by Gideon Litchfield, who's the editor-in-chief over there. We're not going back to normal. Social distancing is here to stay for much more than a few weeks. It will upend our way of life in some ways forever. And I think everybody needs to read this MIT article and see what it is that is being proposed here for how society is going to be managed as this thing plays out that we're seeing now.
Yeah, and that author, he did 16 years at The Economist. He's been part of a number of high-level papers. I think he was a co-founder of Quartz, and he's also from the London School of Economics. So keep that in mind, the sort of transparent agenda at play here. I'm not saying he's directing that agenda whatsoever, but he's sort of channeling through this article. And also, this article, which I agree is very key, and that's why we're going to read through it pretty thoroughly. It's based in large part on the paper just put out a few days ago, March 16th, 2020, from the Imperial College London, with the lead author Neil M. Ferguson. And he deals with epidemiology, that's the science of the spread of diseases. But what he's really been doing for the past several decades, and he's written hundreds of papers, he does the modeling on the spreading of diseases. He's done retrospective studies of the 1918 flu pandemic. He's modeled factors of disease outbreaks, and really what it gets down to is he has predicted and modeled the acceptable levels, from the academic standpoint, of poverty and in a future influenza pandemic. That's the title actually of one of his papers from 2006, and his paper titles like